Hi guys, welcome in this new video. Moose here from Unlimited Scaling. Today we have a different concept. You guys asked me a lot of questions in WhatsApp, and today it's going to be a slightly longer format where I will answer multiple blocks of questions, and I hope that will be valuable for you so you can get value and fix your issues, guys. So why did my CPM explode right after I started scaling past 3K a day? So there is some range of scaling that where you get that Facebook at the beginning can be still tolerant with you and let you like advertise normally, I would say, and then at a certain level, they might just start having a look, checking if everything looks good for them before actually letting you scale again. So that can be an option. Another option would be to have a look at your creatives. For how long your creatives are running? Are they still good? Are you still pushing creatives every day? Do you have like video editors, coordinator, and eventually strategist that will help you push ads continuously so you can refresh those CPMs. So it also depends on how long your ads were running. But if it was for a short period of time, I would definitely consider as well a lack of trust or a penalty, because that's also something that might happen when you scale very fast. So Facebook didn't reject any ads, but my performance tanked. Am I shadow banned? So that's quite similar, but it might be the case. So we could have a look, we could check. And if you were used that before Meta rejects you and now they don't, I see often this happening is like you have an ad that looks very good but actually might not be compliant and then getting restricted 3 weeks later because of a manual check. So that's something that you need to look on regarding rejected ads. You need to see how you can make your ads compliant as possible. What exactly is the feedback score in 2025 and why does it still affect my ads? So feedback score in 2025, for now it's still blurry, but for sure Meta is still collecting feedbacks from your clients. And basically feedback score is simple surveys that your client will receive once they purchased with you, that will ask them of how was their experience when they bought with you, and then according to those answers, this will give you a ranking, and that ranking will impact the performance of your ads. So that's how it works. So it's very important to look to your others' review indicators so you can have more data about it. It can be collecting reviews with looks because you can remove them afterwards, or it can be your Trustpilot so you can have an idea of what's the feedbacks you're collecting and adapt accordingly your strategy. At what level of sales does Meta start tracking customer feedback aggressively? That's a good question. So I receive the question a lot is at how much orders and for how long that Meta start really impacting you on your performance. So the answer is usually after 3 weeks and 30 orders a day. So that's the two numbers, 3 and 30. After 3 weeks at 30 orders a day, they will start penalizing you. So in average, it's something like 1,000 orders in total. They'll start penalizing you, so you should start looking to it. But this resets if your orders go down. Let's say you were just testing something where it was looking good and then didn't look that good, and then your orders just went down, then it will reset. Something also to consider. My product is good and my ROAS just getting worse every week. So maybe you're running a brand and you are used to the previous Meta. You are used to the Meta where you have ads that can stick for a long time, that can stick for like 3 months, that you can reutilize, etc. What would work in terms of reutilizing would be to reuse the ads at the same period of the year. You can reuse your Black Friday ads the past year to reuse it this year, just changing 2024, 2025. That would be something to consider. But what I see for brand owners is really testing more angles, more ads, and really going deep on that. Even like sometimes just mirroring effects, just changing just a few color here, a few color here, there, an actor. I mean, the list is long of all the tweaks you can change on the hooks of your ads or on the angle of your ads. There is unlimited possibilities. I would say the first step ahead to being able to create a lot of ads is to understand better your customer, ask them questions, talk to them. If you can even like call a few of them and just pretend, hey, I'm from whatever customer support team, and I would like to collect your feedback about this, about that. And you would have a lot of data, and you should scale on that data. So you can also ask them questions, understand them better, and you can test unique angles based on of your customers' from your ads, from calling them. So that's also very valuable. So I would look to understanding better your product. Doing more creatives would be something helpful in your situation, especially if you have a brand. That's helpful. How do I know if I should switch pages or domains to scale properly? That's a good question. I see often businesses just having like multiple pages for multiple purposes. This page for advertorials, this page for shitty ads, this page I will run VSLs, this page is the real brand. I can see this happen a lot. It's fine, but as I told you on other videos, page is one of the most important assets with the ad account, and you want to have the healthier page possible and get the best out of it. You cannot just have tons of pages and just test and then be like, hey, this doesn't work, and then you will not be happy by the results. So I would say you can consolidate with like a few amount of pages. I love to use pages for, like, it can be like per country. If you were doing like general dropshipping, and then there is one product working well for one product, more utilize it that way. So the data that you collect on your page makes sense if you have it isolated. But in the other side, if you have multiple pages and the same data could be used on the other pages, then I would not recommend to have that much pages. You can try 1 or 2 pages at max, and that's it. I received an email saying that my page is under review. How serious is that? So you should be careful. Sometimes it's fake emails. So you can receive fake emails of people just trying to scare you on your account, and then can lead you to a hack on your account. So you should be very careful. This happens more than what you think. You should be looking to that carefully. Then when people get hacked, like they log in, they get hacked. The day after, a few days after, they lose 10, 20, 50K on spend. That's very annoying. So that's something you should look into. Sometimes it can be Meta itself. And what they're saying is basically that you have a penalty, that something was up with ads that you published lately or posts that you published recently. So it's important to take that seriously and fix the flag, the issue that you have, in order to be able to get the best results. So how does Facebook measure customer satisfaction in 2025? There is multiple things and not only scores. Let me give you some ideas of some elements that might help you. We will start from where your customers, your leads are seeing the ad until they finished purchasing and receiving the products. So when they see the ad, there is major elements even when they see the ads. It can be the amount of comments under the ads, the quality of the comments, how many times people shared your ads, how the content is relevant, how is it appreciated, how is it shared privately as well, on top of just shared in public. All those elements will be considered on the ads. How you answer to the comments, how's the health of the comment section so far, etc. All those elements will be taken in consideration. You have also a quick survey that can appear down your ad when they see your ad, like how this ad is relevant for you. Would you like to see more ads like this? So this happens also a lot. Then they will consider Meta. Even before all of this, they will also consider your page, how you answer the replies, and how is your feed in your page. Is it good or not? Is it your page verified? Is your page already had banned in before, or they had already related bans, etc. The list is long. And afterwards, what will happen? So after people see your ads, people also might receive a notification on Facebook because, like, for example, they comment something and then someone else comments under them, then they will receive notification. They might also receive a notification saying, okay, how was the interaction with the shop, etc. This can also happen in that way. Plus, you might have also Facebook feedback score so when people actually bought. And then last one is your overall experience with your website. When people go on your website, do they stay? Do they leave? Like, Facebook will measure so much things that will lead to your scores. And from your scores, it will lead to customer satisfaction. And then it's like a loop. If you have positive flags, you get cheaper cost of advertising, and so on and so on. So it's very interesting. The list is long, but I would say if you could focus on a few elements, there is a lot of things you can do already on your ads in terms of comments, in terms of your page. That's easy stuff to do. And then working on your flags and score if you have the chance to do that. Do Trustpilot reviews or customer reviews on my website affect ad performance? So it gives you a clear insight of what Meta will also see. If you have a negative score, You might be thinking that when Meta asks a survey to your clients, they might also give you something negative. So that's also something you should look to, because this happens quite often. And Trustpilot scores are very similar to feedback scores. So if they give you a low score on Trustpilot and they receive a survey from Meta, there's a high chance they will just do the same. So that's something you should look on, and definitely improve your backend, improve your operation, your customer support, and your delivery time, so you can get the best out of your ads. Can poor customer service hurt my ads even if my creatives are strong? Hell yes, because people will be spamming you on comment section, on messages. They will report you. They will send you emails. They will charge back. Long list of problems. So yeah, fix that for good, and you have better and better results. For a lot of ecom people, most of the time I see two business partners working together and trying to split the job. And sometimes they can have like one assistant or sometimes no assistants. So I would recommend you to leverage platforms like onlinejobs.ph, or even consider hiring an agency that will hire you some team members that will help you for those repetitive actions. So yeah, definitely boost your customer service so you can boost your ads. Can running the same creatives too long get me penalized by Meta? It will and it won't, but for sure it depends on what kind of ads we're talking about. At the end, they will just die out. We are in the game, and now with Meta latest update, with what they're gonna do with the AI and creative generations, what they plan to do, they want new creative all the time, and they want to make it as user friendly as possible, that we don't even think that is an ad, and that's the future of advertising. So of course that won't really work. You need to reiterate, have new ads, new creatives all the time, as much as you can. It depends on the level you are at, but even at very advanced level, I see some people, like, once they have few ads working, they kind of like sit and just like not creating more ads. I would recommend you to like have a system in place to like consistently run more ads, so you can get best results. What's the best strategy to keep a clean score while scaling fast? That's a good question. I would say just the best way, of course, would be to boost, or like go to China, make sure how your supply chain works, and protect your supply chain, protect your customers, check how the packages are, get the best if you want to scale very fast. But usually the first time you scale very fast, you will have a lot of issues, and then the times after you will be able to handle it better. So because you have the right systems in place, so you know what you should look for and you get it sorted. So that's what I would say. I'm scaling fast, but shipping is delayed. How do I avoid penalties? So it's one of the issues we see the more often. It's fine for a period of time, but you should fix it over time. So with collaborating with your Chinese agent, we have some agents to recommend as well if you want some contacts, and see if some can offer you better deals, and see how you could scale with them. So that's also something to consider. But so far, what matters the most, I would say, is really protect your payment processors, because I think they are the most important. And once you have them restricted, things get really, really tougher. So whatever happens, just always think of, is my processing still in a healthy condition or not? And if it's not the case, you should fix yourself a limit, and you know that you cannot scale above that amount because you will have processing issues. So that's also something that you should consider. Do negative comments on my ads actually affect my CPMs and delivery? Yes, it does, and it will also affect your conversion, because when people will see negative comments under your comment section, this will impact your results. And if you're hiding too much comments, Meta will be like, something is up with this guy. So you will see your performance getting more expensive, performance going down. So you should be careful about that, and trying to make sure that you have like steady, good comments on your ads, and eventually also comments that are most relevant, that will also take the major space of your comment section and hide the others. And those comments are actually feedbacks. You can add a list also to ban some words of like crazy customers that they might add under your ads, and you'll be all good to go on that topic. You can also consider like asking your clients to add comments or seeing how you can influence those comments yourself with like PPA campaigns or other solutions. I haven't had any bad reviews, but my ROAS is dropping. Can it still be feedback related? I receive this question a lot because right now feedback section is not really visible, and then it make it like that. But actually it's not because it's not visible that it's not impacting your business. So what matters is like how you can protect your ROAS, your performance. And I think as if you're doing anywhere from 20 to 50, 100, 200 orders a day, it's very important to have a steady ROAS, stable ROAS all along the way, and not be stuck at a plateau because something is up internally. It might be feedback related, it might be other flag issues. We should diagnose further so we can see exactly where it comes from. Our customer support is fast, but ads are underperforming. Why is that? Okay, even like if you're having good operations, I see that more and more lately, people improving their operations and being doing eCom for a long time, and so far they delivering a good service, good support, etc. And why the ads are underperforming, like 1 month ago, 2 months ago they were performing better. I see that a lot. It also depends on how Meta, like lately there is like a categorization systems, and if Meta put you like for example on like some categories, they might lower your performance, or it can be also you shut down the ads and you lose your momentum. I see that also often. Like you had to break your ads to fix some like distribution issues, and then when you relaunch, the ads are underperforming. This happens as well. I think it's important to re-get to an amount of spend that is acceptable and spend enough to see if it's still the same. If it's the case, you should definitely look at what's up internally, and something might have a lead to that. Maybe some ads rejected or some flags going on, so that's something that should be considered. Oh, I like this question. How do I structure my backend to go from 50 to 500 orders a day without crashing my ads? I'm not sure what you mean about crashing your ads, but in terms of backend, you need to make sure that your processing will follow and your bank will follow and your team will follow, but it's more about processing at that point so you can scale. And then in terms of budget, when you scale very hard, you're monitoring your ads more to make sure that everything stays performing well and not ended up losing money because you had a hard day or you had a losing day. This happens, especially if you have like some aggressive scaling strategies. I think it's really like more focus on your ads, making sure that everything stay on a good position, and being okay to like shut down if something is weird, and like just rescaling again hard once you get the mindset to do so. That's very cool. Well, let me know, guys, if that's helpful for you. And yeah, feel free also to subscribe to this YouTube channel. We share a lot of tips about e-coms and stuff, a lot of solutions. So yeah, so you can get the best out of your ads. And I will be making other series to help you fix your issues. I have a few more questions and we almost done for today's session. How do I recover an ad account that's not banned but clearly limited? So if it's banned, it's also recoverable. Not all the time, but that's something that you should look to. And if it's limited, and you talk about bans, there might be something that is related to that. Maybe you might have some issues going on your account. And it's important that we could check and see what's the best things for your account. Should I be rotating creatives pages or offers weekly when scaling? Yeah, you should do it daily, not weekly. You should have a system in place, and where there is this machine going on that is doing it for you on a daily basis in terms of creation, in terms of optimization, and in terms of killing. If it's not good, after it doesn't pass your workflow, you can kill those ads. How can I warm up new assets without burning money? So warm up new assets will come with spending money, spending ads budget that will be expensive. It will take some money for sure, way less results than a warmed up account. It's part of the way. So unfortunately for this, I might recommend agency ad accounts, structures that are already set up, but you will still have a limited learning until you get the account warmed up. Is it worth it to build multiple backup structure even if I'm not banned yet? Oh, that's a very good question. Backup structure, I see a lot of people doing pixel house, backend structures, things like that. I think it's fine. What matters is preventing the bans, and some ways of preventing the bans are way stronger, way better than actually having multiple backups, such as having a backup profile as an employee, backup profile as admin. I already shared that on multiple videos, but what you want to do is have multiple admins, multiple employees on your account and operate everything with employees. Doing this, you're making sure that if there is a ban, it's not propagated everywhere. And a lot of people want to protect their pixel. What matters is how you can protect your page and your ad account. So how will you protect it? Do you guys know? For ad account, you need to have agency ad account, or you need to have a shared ad account, not an owned ad account, ideally. But I know it's technical and stuff, but whatever. If you want, the best option here is using agency ad accounts. And then for pages, of course, making sure that multiple profiles have access to the page, so you don't lose it if you have. For example, I see so many cases where you have like a business manager that is banned, then you lose the page, and then you cannot access the page again, and then so then you have to go for a new page, and sometimes you will not have the as good results as you had earlier. What do top performing brands do differently to avoid these invisible blocks? So it's hard to compare for me, because big brands usually have accounts where they spend millions for a long period of time, and usually that's the key. If you have that, then you have a higher rep at Meta. When we check accounts for big brands, they're always at platinum, the maximum tier. They're already getting the best from what they can get from Meta. It can happen to them, however, if they get a lot of ads rejected or some issues going on, that this performance go down, and then we need to work with them to help them increase. But still, they already built a long trust over multiple years to get where they are now. I would not compare to them too much. And they also have issues. We helped people doing 2,000-3,000 orders a day, fixing issues, blocks, because this still happens at scale anyway. I think that's it for today's session, guys. Let me know if this is valuable for you, if you want more format like this. And I'll catch you up in the next YouTube video. Text me on WhatsApp your questions. I'll help you with blogs, performance, whatever it is. You guys know. We have also a Discord channel where you have access to all our services. You can have a look there. You'll be mind blown. There's a lot of value out there. And yeah, let's see you on WhatsApp, and catch up in the next video.